This is what the cinemafication of oppression looks like. Ajay Devgan's new film Chauhaan calls pellet guns as limited damage.
Tell that to the children who lost their eyesight, you good cucking. In one dialogue, tear gas is mocked because masks are available online.
Then pellet guns are dismissed as limited damage, but pellet guns didn't cause limited damage in Kashmir.
They left thousands injured, hundreds were blinded, and children were permanently scarred. This isn't fiction, this is documented human rights abuse, and Chauhaan is part of a very long list of Hindutva propaganda films.
During the 2016 uprising, doctors in Srinagar performed eye surgeries day after day. Journalists documented nearly 1.3 million metal pellets fired into crowds.
Over 17,000 people were injured, more than 570 ruptured eyeballs required surgery, and thousands continue living with irreversible vision loss.
One child was only 18 months when pellet struck her face. And this stat should tell you everything. 14% of victims of pellet guns were under the age of 15.
Human rights organizations do not call pellet guns as limited damage, but rather dangerously mutilating.
Because one cartridge spreads hundreds of metal balls in different directions. It doesn't distinguish between a protester, a journalist, or a bystander, or a child looking out of the window.
And that is why we call this the cinemafication of oppression under the Modi regime.
A state so proud of its violence that it aestheticizes it on the big screen.
The cinema becomes a political theatre where every punch, every dialogue, every slow motion shot is designed to make violence feel exhilarating.
The film frames Pathan not as a historical Pashtun identity but a civilizational enemy. Every propaganda film needs an enemy to manufacture consent for violence.
The cinema becomes an atmosphere of loud whistling and chest thumping nationalism. So they know exactly who the audience is and what they want. The humiliation of an imagined Muslim enemy repackaged as patriotism.
The cinema hall becomes a place where the state violence is openly celebrated on the big screen. And also, why Chauhaan? What is this caste pride and caste identity to be proud of?
So this is why propaganda films are so dangerous. They don't ask you to think, rather they ask you to cheer and identify with the weapon rather than the victim.
To leave the theatre thinking blinding civilians is limited damage because the hero said so. Ajay Devgan increasingly seems to be leading this project.
Earlier this year, he narrated a documentary celebrating the 100 years of RSS, calling it truly an honor.
Children who have lost their eyesight are real. The surgeries are real. The trauma is real. Only the hero is fictional.
And that is Bollywood's biggest achievement in the Hindutva regime, turning documented human rights violations into blockbuster entertainment.